Welcome back, students. So in this video we will discuss what are the effects of forces. What are the effects of force, or what can force do? What are the effects of forces, or what force can do? So four effects are there. First one, a force can make a stationary object move or change its position of rest. I will explain it to you. Just I will read the four effects of force first. Second one, a force can change the speed of a moving object. Third one, a force can change the direction of the moving object. Fourth one, a force can change the shape or size of an object. So four effects are there. So first one means force can change the state of motion. Suppose if an object is at rest, we can apply a force so that it will move. Okay. Suppose you consider a ball, a football there. Football is there on the ground. Okay. It is at rest. When you kick it, it will move. So a force can change the state of an object, or it can change the position of an object. That is the first point. A force can make a stationary object move or can change the position of rest. For example, when you kick a stationary football, you make it move. When you pick a glass of water, you change its position of rest. Suppose the book is on this table. Okay. Now I am moving it. Now I am moving it from this table to this much height. Okay. So the book moved from one point to another. Means changes its position. Changes its position. So a force can move a stationary object, or it can change the position of an object. It can change the position of an object. So here state of motion, actually the object can be in two states. One is rest, means it is not moving. One is rest, means it is not moving. Other one is motion, means the object is moving. So this is the first state. This is the first state. Object is at rest. This one is the second one. It's motion. So when an object is not moving, this means a stationary object and is called a state of rest. Okay, a stationary object, it's not moving. That is known as rest position, or we will say the object is at rest. Example I have given here, a ball or a book kept over the ground is not moving. Then motion, a moving object is called in a state of motion. For example, a moving car, a moving ball, etc. Then a force can move a stationary object and can stop a moving object. A force can move a stationary object. The same force can stop a moving object also. Suppose a ball is rolling on the ground or on the floor. After some time what will happen? Its speed will decrease and finally it will comes to rest. A ball is rolling on the floor. what will happen after some time? The speed will decrease or the speed will slow down, and finally the ball will come to rest. We are not applying any force, but a force is there. That force is known as the frictional force. That you will study in later. Okay. What is frictional force? All those things. Okay. So, that is frictional force, and due to frictional force, that moving object or moving ball will come to rest. Will come to rest. Okay. So, that is the first point. Force can move a stationary object or can change its position of rest. That is the first one. Now, second one, a force can change the speed of a moving object. A force can change the speed of a moving object. If you want to increase the speed of an object, moving object, you need to apply force in the direction of the motion. You need to apply force in the direction of motion. To increase the speed, force is applied in the direction of motion. To decrease the speed, a force is applied in the opposite direction of motion. A force is applied in the opposite direction of motion. A force is applied in the opposite direction of the motion. Okay. Here a boy is rolling a tire or moving a tire. If he wants to move this tire faster, means he needs to push it repeatedly. Pushing means he is applying a force. He is applying a force. So, if he push this tire so many times or repeatedly, the force will increase and the speed also increases. Okay, the speed also increases. So, that is given in your textbook, page number 131. That is, these observations suggest that a force applied on an object may change its speed if force applied on an object is in the direction of its motion. The speed of the object increases. If the force is applied in the direction opposite to the direction of motion, then it results in the decrease in the speed of the moving object. Third one, the force can change the direction of motion. Force can change the direction of motion. Here, this is the direction of the motion. This ball is coming in this direction. It will hit the bat and it changes the direction. It changes the direction. Then, here, a ruler is placed here and we are moving a ball. The ball will move in this direction and hit the scale, and it will change its direction in this way. It will change the direction in this way. Here, this goalkeeper also changing the direction of the ball by applying the force. So, a force can change the direction of the moving object. That is also given in your textbook, page number 132. The speed and direction of a moving ball change due to the application of force. A change in either the speed of an object or its direction of motion or both is described as a change in its state of motion. Thus, a force may bring a change in state of motion of an object. So, a force can change the position of an object, that is from rest to motion, and also from motion to rest. Then it can change the speed of a moving object. If a force is applied in the direction of motion, then the speed will increase. If a force is applied opposite to the direction of motion, then the speed will decrease. Now, third one, a force can change the direction of motion. Okay. Now, fourth one, that is a force can change the shape of an object. A force can change the shape of an object. Here, a balloon, inflated balloon is there. When you press the balloon with your two hands, the shape of the balloon will change. So, you are applying force by your hand. You will apply a force with the help of your hands and the shape of that balloon will change. While making chapati, the dough will be there and you can make it in different shape by applying force. Now, this one is a stretched string. You can stretch it by applying force. You can stretch it by applying force. Simple example, take a rubber band and stretch it. Take a rubber band and stretch it. So, the shape of that rubber band will change. Okay, the shape of that rubber band will change. So, a force can change the shape of an object. So, four effects are there. First one, a force can make a stationary object move or can change its position of rest. Second one, a force can change the speed of a moving object. Third one, a force can change the direction of a moving object. Fourth one, a force can change the shape or size of an object. Okay. So, that one is given in page number 133, activity 11.5. Study the effects of force on objects and whether change in state of motion is there, whether change in shape is there, that you have to put a tick mark. Read the activity and do it. Then underline that 4 points, 5 points are given in your textbook. Force may make an object move from rest, make change in the speed of an object if it is moving, may change the direction of motion of an object, may bring about change in the shape of an object. Okay. While a force may cause one or more of these effects, it is important to remember that none of these action can take place without the action of a force. If force is not there, then the object will not change its direction, speed will not increase or decrease, it will not change its shape or size, then the object will not change its position. If you want to change any of these things, you need to apply a force. Then an object cannot move by itself, it cannot change speed by itself, it cannot change direction by itself, and its shape cannot change by itself. Okay, just underline that points in your textbook, page number 134, and write a question there. What are the effects of forces, or explain the effects of forces with example. The second question is more, explain the effects of forces with example. Okay. So, 2 examples each you have to write. Okay. That question you have to write in your notebook and write the answer after studying this topic. Okay. Thank you.